to a new video. This is the start of solving Hack the Box starting point boxes, which are easier boxes to get you, the participant, up and running with information security concepts. So I should be sharing my screen, and we're going to work through the first tier 0. The key is a strong foundation. Below, we have some recommended academy modules that we're going to use in tier 0. So let's get started. The box we're going to work on today is Meow. So let me click that, and I am going to spawn the machine. This is going to give us our IP address. Our instance is being created. Okay, so while we're waiting for an instance, the tags we're going to do is for this machine is Linux, network, and account misconfigurations. So we're going to be using Linux, a little bit of networking, and it seems like our accounts are not set up properly. Okay, so we have our target IP address 10.129.48.198. So task 1, what does the acronym VM stand for? So I think this is going to be virtual machine. Yes, so that's what I'm using now. I'm using a virtual machine, Kali Linux. And so a virtual machine is used to, if you want to have different operating systems, or if you want to sandbox a particular item, you can create a virtual machine and do your implementation there. For instance, if you mess up, you can delete the virtual machine and then create another one, and it doesn't mess up your host computer or your main computer. Now, what tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to start our VPN connection? I think this is OpenSSL. No, this is not. Is this... What tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to start our VPN connection? So I'm going to use a hint. One word is also the name of the location in any airport where passengers transfer between ground transportation and the facilities that allow them to board their flight. Okay. So I'm going to go to Google because I can't think right now. Airplanes allowed to. What does it say? Yep. Jesus. Terminal. Oh my god. Okay. I was jumping the gun. Okay. A terminal. Okay. Okay. So this is a terminal. Didn't think of it. Okay, a terminal. Okay. As I said, my brain isn't working today. So this is a terminal, and you can. I have connected to the VPN using the terminal and using the command open VPN. So yes, terminal. What service do we use to form our VPN connection? So I think this is OpenVPN. Right. So as I said before, with the terminal, I am using sudo. So that's saying I want to run this command as root. Then OpenVPN. This is the VPN software, and then the configuration. And then I entered my password, and it started. So initialization sequence completed, which means okay, our VPN is up and running. Okay, what is the abbreviated name for a tunnel interface in the output of your VPN boot up sequence output? Okay, so what we can do if we say ifconfig, okay, we have eth0 low. So this is the IP address for Cali. This is my loopback. So, and then this IP address is the IP address from our virtual machine that we started here. So it's going to be ton 0 or ton, let me see. Yep, for tunnel. What tool do we use to test our connection? So that's ping. Okay, so one way to test that our connection is up, we can say ping C1 because we want to send one packet, and I'm going to say 10, 10, 14, 14. And it was successful because our packet sent 64 bytes, a sequence of 1, a TTL, time to live. So every time a packet is submitted, so let me remove that. So the TTL of 64, as packets are sent through the network, the TTL decreases by 1, and then when it hits 0, then the packet is removed from the network. That is used so you don't have packets hanging in the network. Okay, what is the name of the tool we use to scan the target's ports? So that's mmap, and that's network mapper. So remember here, we have an IP address. So what I'm going to do, can I copy this? I can. I'm going to say mmap sv to do services, and then the IP address, and then I'm going to say VV. So for verbose, that's going to print everything, and PN to do to thwart against pings. So we have an open port at port 23 on TCP transmission control protocol. So let's see if we have any more. Oh, it looks like we only have one. 23. So let's see what the question asks. Okay, where? Okay. We're on task 7. Okay, so port 23, the service is Telnet. Granted, so let me give a little disclaimer. You should not use Telnet. Telnet is very insecure. It sends your communications in the clear, meaning if anyone is on your network and sniffs your network, they can read your communications. You should be using SSH or secure socket hosts. I think that's what the H stands for. Okay. What username ultimately works with the remote management login prompt for the target? So let's just say telnet team 129.48.198. Okay. Okay, so that I had to wait for a little bit for it to come up. So let me give it a little time. Okay, so I'm going to type in root. Okay. So we were able to log in as root. Also, you should not you should not be able to log into root without a password, because remember, for Linux, root is the ultimate user. That's the administrator, meaning root can do anything on your system. So you should not allow anyone to log into root without a password, because essentially they can do anything on your system. Okay, so submit root flag. So remember, this is Linux, so I'm going to say ls for list, and I'm going to say cat flag.txt to look at the flag, and it's these characters. I'm going to paste. Okay, so we solved it. We've pwned, or we solved Meow. Okay, so that was fun. Just to recap what we did, we started our IP address, then we answered questions about virtual machine, the T for terminal. Like I said, my brain wasn't working. Terminal, which is this here. This is a terminal. Then it was, okay, how do we start the VPN? We use OpenVPN. Next, what do we use to, what is the name of our tunnel? And it's TUN. Next, it was asked, okay, well, how do you send packets or trace packets on the network? We use ping. Finally, next, we did an nmap or network mapper scan to see what services were open on this IP. And we had one service open, which was Telnet. Then we logged into Telnet using root, which you should never do, using root. And then we had to find the flag. And again, since this was Linux, we used the ls command for list. We saw flag.txt, and then we said cat to open the file. And we did. We pasted that in, and we were able to solve it. So again, these starting points are little bite-sized chunks to get you up and running with InfoSec concepts. So we're going to do the next one in another video. I think it's Spawn. So I hope you learned a lot. Can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.